How do you just watch people just flex? Like, that's, you know what I mean? Like, what's the point of that? Like, congratulations? Like,
I think most of us at some point in time are guilty of speeding.
oh, slow down there, partner. Not 97 and a 45. Like, whoa, golly, these old ass mugs were the ones who gunned down somebody and robbed somebody, and then yo ass went to Panera Bread. You deserve execution. What are we talking about?
Racist against rappers, they all look the same to him. They used to beg him not to egg him on Halloween. He told him holler back with the suede Pumas, dollar green. Nah, I mean, heated up till the temperature tarball. Y'all just gawk like gargoyle.
So, as y'all know, I've been posting these little commentary videos and stuff talking about these stupid things that I found on the internet. And y'all seem to really enjoy them. And that's love for real, man, because I really enjoy making them. I recently got a comment asking me, where are you finding these stupid stories from? Because these are like, these are stupid. I'm gonna put you on game. I re-downloaded TikTok, and I'm not gonna lie, the algorithm, it just knows me. It just knows me. It knows that I like seeing stupid, pointless shit. Hey, I decided instead of just being addicted to TikTok, I'm gonna turn this into content, and that's what I've been doing. Obviously, I already got a couple more commentaries lined up, you know what I mean? I'm obviously gonna do one on the Diddy trials, but it's gonna, I'm gonna take my time with that one. But I do have another one that I think y'all are gonna like. So why am I talking about this? Because the video that I have lined up for us today is by TUV, TikTokers who became horrible criminals. And since I'm diving back into TikTok, I feel like I might as well get woke, you know what I'm saying? Become educated on these people, because I ain't gonna lie, it's a whole array different types of people on TikTok, man. I don't know, but let's see what TUV talking about.
TikTok has 1.2 billion users globally. Yeah, billion. So it's no surprise that someone that may have ended up on your For You page is also a horrible criminal, or maybe ended up being a victim of a horrific crime. For this episode, we're switching it up a bit. Even though we will be talking about criminals, I am including some interesting stories where maybe the person wasn't necessarily horrible, but their country's laws would consider so. Or maybe how with the help of TikTok, murderers were actually found, and even how TikTok comments, yes, the actual comments that you guys leave and make fun of me on, were reported by TikTok themselves, and the people ended up going to jail. Either way, I wanted to...
That's crazy. That's an insane digital footprint.
Bring that up to tell you guys that this episode is a little bit different, and honestly, just to spark conversation. And if you're not subscribed yet, don't even worry about that. I'll earn your subscription by the end of this video. With that being said, let's get started with the video.
Great mentality. This is why I rock with TUV, bro. TUV understands what he's doing. He know he got talent.
Ratu Tisa told Jesus Christ to get a haircut and was jailed.
Huh? What?
On October 2nd of 2024, a Muslim TikToker with over 440,000 followers named Ratu Tisa responded to a comment that told her to get a haircut in order to look more like a man. This was likely a transphobic comment considering that she is trans. I couldn't find whether she read that TikTok comment like through the live stream or if she went live to address the TikTok comment, but either way, she was live when the incident happened. She held up a picture of Jesus Christ on another phone and told him to cut his hair. I'm assuming this was made to counter-argue the commenter who told her to cut hers. 2 days after this.
Complaint of blasphemy is insane. But why Jesus of all people did you why did you immediately say, oh, you're telling me to cut my hair? Why don't you tell Jesus to cut his hair? What? Girl, slow down. Whoa.
There. I'm assuming this was made to counter-argue the commenter who told her to cut hers. 2 days after this, 5 Christian groups filed a complaint to the police for blasphemy, which ended up with the police arresting her 4 days later.
That's crazy.
On March 10th, the district court in the city of Medan in North Sumatra found Ratu guilty of spreading hate speech against Christianity. The court also ordered her to pay 100 million Indonesian rupees, which equates to 6,200 USD.
I was about to say, god damn.
In fine for the offense. The court said that her comments could disrupt, quote, public order and religious harmony in society.
What?
She was initially charged and indicted with spreading hate speech against a particular religion and committing blasphemy. She was given 2 years and 10 months in prison due to this. And
What?
since Indonesian law doesn't explicitly protect transgender people from description or harassment, I can only assume they placed her in a male jail cell. Which I'm only assuming because I wasn't able to find any article.
Oh, hell no. I hope, bro, what the dude? Like, real talk, man. Sometimes, like, living in America, you forget, honestly, just how many privileges you actually do have. Like, despite all of America's flaws, bro, it's crazy that you can really go to jail because you said, tell Jesus to get a haircut. Like, that's crazy. That's ridiculous.
Talking about where she was placed. But if so, that's just incredibly inhumane and would just make her a target and would likely lead to death.
Oh, God, bro. Like, what? Dude, them prisoners? Bro, hell no. No. What?
I did actually find her TikTok account, and her last TikTok was posted on October 9th, which, if my math is correct, this was the day before she went to jail. I had to use Google Translate to decipher what she read, so apologies for the broken English. This world is transitory. Whether we like it or not, we have to leave it. If one day you hear that Iggy is no longer around, I hope this account will still be with you guys, because my son, with Allah's permission, will continue the NTalk accounts.
Okay.
I'm gonna assume the social media accounts or the TikTok accounts. You guys just remember the good things about me. Don't bring up bad things about me when you see my son live or posting, because I'm sure I'll have sex. If I don't take long, I'll go to you guys. Personally, I think the translation messed up there.
Yeah.
I don't know why sex was mentioned. Everything is the only one who can throw it away for all the customers. From my understanding, it seems like she's saying that the world is progressing and that her son is going to be taking over her social media accounts. It also seems like she's running a business, and I'm assuming that the son would also be taking care of the business.
I really feel bad for her, bro. Like, real talk, despite what you may or may not feel about trans people, like, you know what I'm saying? To each their own, bro. Like, if you're not hurting nobody, I feel like it's perfectly fine. You know what I'm saying? The saying tell Jesus to get a haircut is kind of crazy, but it's not jail time crazy. Like, what are we talking about? What?
I really do wish her the best in jail, because not only is the world already scary when
Fuck jail. I hope she gets a quick release somehow.
you're trans, but prison has got to be hell. But with that being said, let's head on.
Especially if you consider that all of those dudes in there have been surrounded by nothing but dudes for multiple years, and then you bring in somebody who's identifying as a female. Nah, gang. They did that on purpose, bro.
On to the next one.
They did that on purpose, bro.
Corey SSG allegedly kidnapped 2 women. Corey Pritchett Jr., also known online as Corey SSG, is a 26-year-old influencer vlogger from Houston, Texas, with over 4 million subscribers on YouTube across 2 channels.
Unlimited creation.
I'm about to find Wix and block them.
Year-old influencer vlogger from Houston, Texas, with over 4 million subscribers on YouTube across 2 channels.
It's crazy how big the internet is, because it's insane that somebody has basically 4 million subscribers and I've never heard of them before. Like, that's crazy to me.
He also has 4.3 million on Instagram and 300,000 on TikTok. I think a lot of those numbers are botted, but that's not the point. The point is that allegedly on November 22nd of 2024, 2 women hung out with him at the gym, and then that led to an ATV outing followed by bowling. Once at the bowling alley, the victim said Corey and his friends began acting suspicious, repeatedly looking around and appearing on edge. There, the women found out that Corey and his friends had problems with another group in the alley. After Corey left, the women texted him saying they left their bags in his car and they wanted them back. So once they met up again, Corey allegedly offered to drive them home, and that was when during the drive that Corey began acting erratically and diverted from their intended route, claiming someone was after him.
Oh, brother. Okay, this is a little off topic, but sometimes, bro, I just genuinely don't understand how influencers work. Like, for real. How do you just watch people just flex? Like, that's, you know what I mean? Like, what's the point of that? Like, congratulations? Like, what are we talking about? But nah, bro. Yo, this is why I just stay to myself, because imagine driving around having ops. Like, what are we talking about? What did you do to piss them off? Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Whatever they're mad at him for, bro, it's his fault. I'm gonna just be real.
Again, acting erratic.
If there's actually people chasing him, or if he just said that just to kidnap the women, weird ass.
And diverted from their intended route, claiming someone was after him. The women told investigators he drove westbound on I-10 at speeds exceeding 100 miles per hour. Corey then pulled out a gold-colored Draco, waved it through the sunroof while driving, and fired several rounds out of the car window.
A gold-colored Draco? This nigga went and got a Call of Duty skin? Are you crazy? This is how I know whatever he talking about is cap, bro. A golden Draco? You're ridiculous. Niggas was probably chasing you to rob you. I want that Draco. Like, what are we talking about?
The document detailed that Corey called another woman on a video chat and asked, "If I had the perfect opportunity and was in the middle of nowhere where no one could hear them scream, should I just go ahead and do it?" She reportedly replied yes. The women stated Corey told them, "I'm gonna explicit." The article says explicit, so I'm not gonna fill in the gap and assume what
R word?
cuss word was used. "I'm gonna explicit y'all and then kill y'all." Of course, that's according
What the hell?
to the documents. As the victims texted each other during the incident, Corey reportedly pointed the gun at both of them and took their phones to cut off communication.
So there was nobody chasing him. He just got erratically horny out of nowhere and then proceeded to just kidnap these women. I ain't gonna lie, you a loser, bro. You more than a loser. You just...
Documents show that Corey
I bet his music weak as hell, too.
pulled over on the shoulder of Interstate 10 near Sealy, Texas, and
Look at that nigga thyroid, boy. Jesus.
reportedly told the women to get out of his car, saying, "This is your only opportunity." One woman stated she tried to reach for her cell phone but was unsuccessful. Corey then drove off, leaving them stranded at night. The women...
The back of his head looked like a damn Cabbage Patch Kid. Like, it don't look... You know what I mean? This dude... Like, the back of it... Look at his ears, bro. This is ridiculous. How could anybody take this man serious, bro?
to reach for her cell phone but was unsuccessful.
If the back of my head looked like this, bro, like, real talk, if you cover up his body, you would think that this was like a kid sitting in class. Like, you're sitting behind a kid in class, sitting on the rug, looking up.
Corey then drove
I just want to smack the back of his head. I don't know.
off, leaving them stranded at night. The women stated the cell phone but was unsuccessful. Corey then drove off, leaving them stranded at night. The women stated they spent over an hour walking along the side of the dark highway before flagging down a driver, calling 911, and being assisted by Waller County deputies. Investigators later learned Corey posted on TikTok and Instagram that he was leaving the country and starting a new life in Dubai. The FBI confirmed that Corey purchased a one-way ticket and, quote, fled to Qatar on December 9th of 2024.
I'm not gonna lie, you wouldn't have made it there, bro. Their money is different. I don't know what kind of influencer money you thought you had, but I'm giving you a month in Dubai tops. Like, I'm telling you, I'm talking about everybody there drives supercars.
About a month later, Corey was arrested at a Houston airport and booked into the Harris County Jail, where his bond was set at $100,000 for each charge, totaling $200,000. So, that was all the victim's story. But Corey himself actually spoke publicly about the situation over on his TikTok. It wasn't just one post. It wasn't just two posts. It wasn't just 3 posts. It was 13 posts of a story time. I don't know why. It wasn't just 3 posts. It was 13 posts.
With a rolled up balaclava? Are you crazy? I'm not gonna lie, this nigga look weak as hell, bro.
Of a story time. I don't know why he didn't use the 10-minute TikTok feature, because you can make 10-minute TikToks.
Yeah.
He kept making them 2 to 3 minutes and just kept posting and posting and posting.
There's no excuse for it. He was just trying to run up them numbers.
Either way, I'm not sure how his lawyer felt about that, but he seemed pretty confident in these clips that he's innocent. So obviously, I'm not going to play his 13-part TikTok series in my video, but I will summarize the story from his perspective.
Okay.
So he says he met the initial girl Ava at a club and they
2 white girls? Yeah, you're done, buddy. You're done. Your clothes are waiting in the back, Mr. Corey. Like, you're not getting out.
agreed to meet up at a gym where she
Dr. Umar is looking at you crazy right now.
introduced him to her girlfriend. Not girlfriend as relationship like girl space friend. They later went to the girl's place so they could take some clothes back to his place and change, but he noted it was weird they came with suitcases. It seemed like overkill. Anyway, fast forward to the bowling alley. Ava seemed to have a connection with the owner or something because she was able to get their group into the private area. Keep in mind, the group has now gotten bigger.
What the hell is that?
Ava has invited some
Is that a baby monkey?
group into the private
Nigga, what is this on your shoulder?
area. Keep in mind, the group has now gotten bigger.
Is that a baby monkey? Gang.
Ava has invited some friends and Corey has invited some of his friends. He uses the term mob ties, and I honestly don't know what he means by that, but from the way he was talking about them in his TikToks, it seems like he doesn't have a good relationship with them. Corey's friends noticed the energy shift as more uninvited guests appeared that were invited by the girls. They were getting setup vibes. Then a dispute happened where the girls and their friends wanted Corey's friends kicked out. It seemed like they wanted Corey to be alone. To fast forward a little, Corey had left the bowling alley, but the girls requested the bags they left in his car, so they met up somewhere in public to receive them. Now, this part of the story is a bit confusing, because instead of just giving them their suitcases and being on his way, they ended up agreeing to go back to his place. Some people in the comments were confused about this as well.
The suitcases were in his car. Why didn't he just give them the suitcases and be done with them? Right? You wasn't listening to his spit at the spit. Comment.
And they were saying that he let the thirst take over his mind.
He got thirsty. That's crazy.
Anyway, well,
that's insane. Like, I'm not gonna lie, bro. If I like back when I used to be like a little bit of a hooligan, right? If I even got even the tiniest whiff of a possible setup, bro, I was gone and your number was blocked. This happened only twice in my life where I felt like, yeah, I can't do this, and I had to dip. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no coochie in the world worth getting set up for. You're crazy.
While driving, he noticed the girls were really keeping tabs on what streets he was taking to get to his house.
I'm not gonna lie, even if we were to just believe everything that he's saying as fact, you did this to yourself, gang. What are you talking about? If you saw all those red flags and then you suddenly invited them back into your car again after you already kicked them out because you were getting suspicious of them, I just don't understand. Why would you bring them back in? Like, there's billions of other women in the world, and you just happened to go right back to the two that you thought were setting you up. Yeah, I don't believe you.
Due to this, he became suspicious and took a different
Is he eating pomegranate seeds? It's pissing me off, bro, because I haven't seen him take a bite yet.
route. Oddly enough, they noticed and began asking, "Why are you using a different route to get to your house?" At some point in the ride while on the freeway, one of the girls, whoever was in the passenger seat, asked Corey for his phone to put a song on. But he noticed that when she got the phone, she was tilting it so that he couldn't see what she was doing on it. Once he got it back, he instantly checked his messages and saw that she shared his location with him. So he said he played it cool and just undid it and said, oh baby, we're not doing that, and just undid it. Of course, there was a little bit of panic in the back of his head, but it wasn't until he saw two cars following them with their emergency lights on that he started to fully panic. So he tried his best to evade, paranoid he was being set up by the two girls and he was about to be robbed or even killed. So he took out his golden Draco and put it on his lap.
A golden Draco. This nigga trying to get a Call of Duty score streak.
He said he didn't aim it at any of the girls and he didn't mention anything about being on the phone with the woman. So once he lost the cars, he pulled over and kicked the girls out. He also claims that the moving to Dubai thing wasn't planned and it wasn't forced to avoid charges. It seems like the case is still ongoing and Corey is as active as ever on social media.
Even if his side of the story is right, you just dumb as hell, bro. Like, come on, bro.
Devon Perkins.
A golden Draco? Like, okay, what's next? A platinum deagle? Like, what are we talking about?
Car accident ever on the drunk driver that killed TikToker.
Wow.
So this next case isn't about a TikToker that committed a crime, but sadly is about a TikToker that was a victim of one. Alexandra Doolin, age 21, had about 900,000 followers on TikTok and 80,000 on Instagram. She was the vlogger, dancer, lifestyle type of creator.
Word.
On December 11th of 2022, 24-year-old Devon Perkins, which was Allie's boyfriend, was driving as Allie was in the passenger seat and two more friends were in the back seat. Devon was speeding at 97 miles per hour and collided head-on with a drunk driver in a Tacoma pickup truck on State Road 44.
Why was he driving at 97?
And collided head-on with a drunk driver in a Tacoma pickup truck on State Road 44. The drunk
State Road 44, is that an interstate? 45 miles per hour. Where did he say this was at?
The vlogger, dancer, lifestyle type of creator. On December 11th of 2022, 24-year-old Devon Perkins, which was Allie's boyfriend, was driving as Allie was in the passenger seat and two more friends were in the back seat. Devon was speeding at 97 miles per hour and collided head-on with a drunk driver in a Tacoma pickup truck on State Road 44. The drunk driver, Thomas Petrie, was going the wrong way.
Okay, the drunk driver was going the wrong way, so he's completely dead wrong. Why were you going 97 in a 45? Unless I got the wrong road. Like, that's crazy.
Devon was speeding at 90. Was a car accident with drunk driver that killed TikToker. So this next case isn't about a TikToker that committed a crime, but sadly is about a TikToker that was a victim of one. Alexandra Doolin, age 21, had about 900,000 followers on TikTok and 80,000 on Instagram. She was the vlogger, dancer, lifestyle type of creator. On December 11th of 2022, 24-year-old Devon Perkins, which was Allie's boyfriend, was driving as Allie was in the passenger seat and two more friends were in the back seat. Devon was speeding at 97 miles per hour and collided head-on with a drunk driver in a Tacoma pickup truck on State Road 44.
So they both was in the wrong, low-key. This dude obviously shouldn't... If he's not dead, he shouldn't ever know the warmth of sunlight ever again, bro. I don't take any pity for drunk drivers, bro. Like, you're stupid if you do that. I've known too many people to be lost to drunk driving. But dude was going 97 in a 45. Have you lost your damn mind?
The drunk driver, Thomas Petrie, was going the wrong way. This was an extremely upsetting series of events, leading to Allie's family taking over her Instagram page and updating us with news about the trial. So basically, both Devon and Thomas had to face consequences for their actions, but Allie's parents were fighting for justice for Devon since his speeding isn't necessarily what killed the passengers. It was more so the drunk driver going, you know, the wrong way.
Obviously, of course. Whatever, even I feel like Devon should still face a punishment for that because speeding is ridiculous, but he shouldn't be charged for the death of his girl. That's OD. He didn't do that. The drunk driver did that. You know what I'm saying? Devon should still lose his license because 97 in a 45 is outrageous work. Like, what are we talking about? But the drunk driver, bro, yeah, I'm talking about firing squad. Like, I don't know, bro.
I'll let Allie's father explain this in his own words.
Again, he's guilty of speeding, and we understand that, but I don't think anyone should go to prison for life for speeding.
Yeah, no. Lose his license at the most. Lose his license, but no.
I think most of us at some point in time are guilty of speeding.
Oh, slow down there, partner. Not 97 and a 45. Like, whoa. Maybe 55, maybe pushing 60, but 97 and a 45, yeah, hell nah.
If a drunk driver wasn't going the wrong direction with their headlamps off, yeah, he would have been speeding. And if he had gotten pulled over for speeding, we would be supportive of whatever charges. That's what he's guilty of, is speeding. We do not hold him responsible for the loss of life, and we don't wish to see him charged. He is dealing with enough pain. His family's dealt with enough. I can't imagine how he feels, but I know he's a fine young man, and this should not be his story that he goes to prison. So
according to
I don't think he should go to prison for murder or anything. Definitely lose his license, lose his driver license, because that's stupid. Lose his driver license. I think all the blame for the death needs to be on the drunk driver.
To Click Orlando, their article on the topic, which was last updated on March 3rd of this year, Perkins was sentenced to 364 days in jail, but he'll receive credit for spending 162 days, so he only has to spend another 202 days behind bars.
Okay, I ain't mad at that. Take away his license too, and we got it. We're cool.
He was also sentenced to 1 year of community control, followed by 9 years of probation. He will also lose his driver's license for the next 10 years.
Fair.
Now the driver of the Tacoma, Thomas Petrie,
cook his ass, crispy.
He did no contest to charges of reckless driving involving serious bodily injury, leaving the scene of a crash with death, vehicular homicide.
He fled the scene?
And leaving the scene of a crash involving serious bodily injury.
He fled after that's crazy.
Now he was sentenced to 37 years in prison.
Good.
I think this case is extreme.
He should have got life. I ain't even gonna hold you, but 37 years, he's definitely gonna have some time to think about what he did.
First of all, sad.
All because his ass couldn't order a Uber or have a DD when he decided to get drunk. Like, that's so, nah, bro. That's ridiculous. You don't just get drunk on accident, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's no excuse for it.
But also just, there is this bold respect that I have for these parents that have been updating people with the trial. We're able to see that it wasn't necessarily Devon's fault. Like, he was speeding, but what are the chances there's a drug driver heading the wrong direction way on the highway?
That's what I'm saying. Honestly, his punishment, I feel like, is fair. A year in jail, lose his license. That, I feel like that's what you would get just being caught speeding, going 97 in a 45. Because let's not make no mistakes. That's damn near more than double the speed limit. Okay, I don't know where that man was going. His ass was trying to go to Tokyo Drift or something. Like, I don't know where he was going, but he definitely, I'm just happy he lost his license.
And of course, the loss of losing a child will always be the worst pain imaginable.
Yeah, that's insane, bro. I have no sympathies at all for that drunk driver. If it were me, he would get life. He might even get put on death row. Real talk. That's how little sympathy I have for drunk driving, bro. There's no excuse for it.
Yeah, I just have a ton of respect for these parents, and it's really nice how they update the audience on everything. And I watched a lot of their clips, and of course, not only are they emotional, that makes sense, but the way they treat Ali's fans is so sweet. But yeah,
they seem like sweet people.
With that being said, let's head on over to the next one. Lina Mukherjee, imprisoned for eating pork. Lina Mukherjee gained millions of fans on TikTok by sharing videos of herself enjoying meals featuring fish, crab, clams, prawns, and ribs.
Was she a mukbanger?
However, on March of 2023, a video of the 33-year-old Indonesian influencer eating pork rinds drew a very different kind of attention.
Let me guess, it's illegal in Indonesia to do that, or against your religion? Blasphemy again?
This time from Indonesia's top Muslim clerical body, the Ulema Council. She was sentenced to 2 years in prison and fined around $16,269 for blasphemy.
You know what? It sounds stupid, but let's be honest. That was probably not a law that she was unaware of. Like, if you knew that was going to get you in trouble and you chose to do it anyway, that's on you. Because it's on you for the fact that you did it, but it's double on you for the fact that you recorded it and posted. You might think the law is stupid, but you know the law is there. Like, why would you? Yeah, nah, bro.
Controversy stemmed not just from the consumption of pork, which is strictly forbidden in Islam, but from the fact that Lina said Bismillah, meaning in the name of Allah in Arabic.
So, wow. Yeah, look, to an American like me, that's OD, but to her, she knew damn well that she shouldn't have done that. That's all I'm gonna say.
She said this before eating. Sharing such a video in Indonesia, the world's most populous Muslim majority country, where nearly 90% of its 275 million citizens are Muslim, sparked major backlash. When Lina's actions were unusual for a nation that identifies as a secular democracy, Indonesia's blasphemy laws, under which she was prosecuted, have long been used to punish those who have insulted religious sensibilities.
Yeah.
Following Miss Lina's sentencing, Sapriyadi Samsudin, the lawyer representing the cleric who filed the police report against her, expressed gratitude to the judges overseeing the trial. Quote, "This is simply a lesson to a citizen to protect this country, to not provoke a hubbub, and to respect each of its religious communities."
Damn, that's a crazy picture. Like I said, man, you knew what you was doing. I can't even. Skill issue. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all on you, gang.
Speaking to reporters after the trial, Miss Lina said she had repeatedly apologized for her actions. Quote, "I know what I did was wrong, but I didn't expect a 2-year sentence."
Girl, please. What? You said in the name of God, and then you ate pork like you knew it wasn't illegal. Like, what? That's crazy. That's crazy.
She appeared to have no legal representation during the proceedings.
Okay, that's fucked up, but it's a different country, I guess.
On TikTok, Miss Lina, who lives in Jakarta and has business ties in India, goes by the name Lina Mukherjee. The controversial video, which wasn't posted on her official account but was available on another TikTok page, shows her in Bali, a predominantly Hindu region of Indonesia known for its tourism. Before trying the pork rinds with rice, Lina explained she's eaten pork twice before and was curious to try pork skin after seeing other reviews on it on TikTok. After taking a bite, she winces and comments, "Not as yummy as they said on TikTok. For me, it's not that special." This one's a bit interesting because...
Okay, so she went to a different country. She went to a different part of the country and ate the pork. So that's a little... Excuse me, that's a little different, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't know much about Indonesian law or anything of that fact to be able to comment further on this. I'ma just unpause the video.
Because by looking at her TikTok account, it seemed like she never stopped posting since March of 2023.
29 million? Jesus.
So has someone been posting from her account? Did she not have to serve the 2 years? According to USC IRF, she's, quote, not released.
So damn, how many in the vault does she have?
And yup, that description is her. So sorry to leave you guys on a weird note, but when it comes to this case, at least her imprisonment, I'm just as confused as you are. With that being said, let's head on to the next one.
She had a crazy work ethic. Like, what? How many TikToks did you have in the vault, girl? Golly.
Sibling murderers found through someone else's TikTok. On February 25th of this year, 66-year-old Cuauhtemoc Garcia, also known as Temo, was tragically gunned down in broad daylight while walking along the Coyote Creek bike path near Don Ney Park in Cerritos, California. The shocking crime occurred at about 8 a.m. when Garcia, an active husband, father of two, and beloved local business owner, was reportedly approached by two individuals trying to rob him. When Garcia refused to hand over his car keys, one of the suspects pulled out a gun and shot him, leaving him to die.
Both of them niggas look bummy as shit.
At the scene. The bizarre nature of the murder stunned the community.
They look way too old to be doing some shit like that. Go get a job. They look way too old to be trying to rob people.
And led to an intensive investigation by the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department. At first, the detectives struggled to identify the perpetrators. However, a major breakthrough came not from forensic evidence or surveillance footage, but from a TikTok. Just days before Garcia's murder, a pair of tourists from Florida visiting California posted a TikTok video that unknowingly featured a crucial clue. The clip, filmed at Panera Bread in Cypress, California, captured an intense confrontation with two strangers who were caught on camera hurling racial slurs and acting aggressively toward the tourists.
These old ass motherfuckers, golly, these old ass mugs were the ones who gunned down somebody and robbed somebody, and then yo ass went to Panera Bread. You deserve execution. What are we talking about? How do you kill somebody and then go to Panera Bread? Are you crazy? And I've seen this dude before. He's kind of funny.
What is your problem?
I don't know. You started it.
You actually started it.
You started staring.
You started it.
See, look, he thinking big. He think he big and bad because he gunned down a fellow older individual in broad daylight, and she looked like she got arthritis in all four of her limbs, bro.
We're sitting here minding our own business.
One of the viewers who saw the video recognized the pair and realized they resembled the suspects being sought in the Cerritos murder.
Are they dead ass in the same clothing too? There's no way that they're in the gang. You didn't even change your clothes. I'm not gonna lie, that's on you.
What is your problem?
I don't know.
Oh no, they did.
You actually started it.
You started staring.
You started it. We were sitting here minding our own.
She has the exact same. No, her big stupid ass has the same exact bag. That's crazy. That's crazy.
You started staring.
You started it. We were sitting here minding our own business.
One of the viewers who saw the video recognized the pair and realized they resembled the suspects being sought in the Cerritos murder. The tipster contacted authorities, offering what turned out to be a critical lead. The individuals in the TikTok video were identified by police as siblings John Chong Moon, age 54, and Cindy Kim, age 58. According to the investigators, the two were living out of a Toyota Prius and had been moving between cities in Southern California.
So they were bums.
Identifying the suspects,
Oh, boo-hoo, my neck hurt. Nigga, shut up.
law enforcement began tracking their vehicle. On March 9th, Fullerton police officers spotted the Prius. A pursuit ensued, ending after an undercover officer performed a pit maneuver to disable the vehicle. Moon and Kim were arrested without further incident and subsequently charged with murder and attempted second-degree robbery. Both are currently being held without bail. Their
Good.
arraignment is also pending. Garcia's wife, Michelle, publicly thanked the anonymous tipster who recognized the suspects and helped bring them to justice.
For real, bro. That's crazy that something so unassuming like a racist Karen video can get some people locked up, bro. That's crazy.
"You've made such a difference to a family," she said. "So we can bury my husband, at least knowing they have the people in custody." Authorities have continued to urge the public to come forward with any additional information that could assist in the investigation.
Let me tell y'all something about me. I'm a snitch. You know, I'm gonna snitch. I'm not no street nigga. I'm not no hood nigga. I'm not none of that. What? Boy, if you don't what? I'm snitching. Don't try me. I'll snitch anonymously, bro. What? I'm not gonna let somebody steal somebody else's hard work and hard earned money. You crazy.
And they praised the community for staying engaged and alert.
Crazy.
Franklin Dale Jarrell threatened Kamala Harris.
Oh,
In
brother.
February of this year, Franklin Dale Jarrell, a 59-year-old man from Jacksonville, Florida, was arrested for issuing violent threats via TikTok against former Vice President Kamala Harris and Congresswoman Ilhan Omar.
Of course it would be from Florida.
According to a federal criminal complaint filed in the U.S. District Court for the Middle District of Florida, Jarrell used the TikTok handle @Dale.Jarrell8 to publish an alarming string of racist, violent, and threatening comments.
Boy, you used your government name? You used your government name to threaten a government official? You're crazy. What?
The complaint details that on February 16th of this year, Jarrell commented on a video of Kamala Harris writing, "I'm going to blow your brains out. You won't go back home unless you're in the box. You'll never see me coming. We're real rednecks, not wannabe blank or whatever you are."
Not wanna be what, niggas? Or niggas with a R? Or whatever you are, we're going to kill you, boy. Yeah, you're gonna do a whole lot of killing from behind bars, buddy.
We're gonna kill you. I got your IP numbers. That means I have your address, so when I come for you, you'll never see it coming, stank booty.
I'm not gonna lie, I would hunt him down myself. Boy, you told me stank booty? Like, you called me a racial slur? Okay, whatever. A dime a dozen. You know what I'm saying? I hear that every other Tuesday. You call me a stank booty? Nah. Put your gun down, boy. We gotta box it. You redneck, right? Come on, show me that hillbilly strength. Like, come on, bro.
His threats weren't just limited to Kamala Harris, though. He also posted hateful messages about Ilhan Omar. Yeah, I'm not even gonna read this one, but
I want to take them glasses off her head and shove them up her ass. Come south, we will kill your nappy head. And I can't stand them like that, and I don't give a F what anybody thinks. Bring your ass down to Jacksonville, Florida, and we will kill your ass. We don't play. Come down south, nappy head. This is crazy. This is crazy, cause niggas is talking like the South didn't lose the war. Like, boy, what? You think bro? Look, I'm from the South. I love my Southerners. Y'all gotta relax, bro. Let me tell you something. We're not the only area in America that's got guns. Let's relax.
but it's up on the screen if you want to pause and read.
Crazy.
And calling for
I wouldn't even take that shit serious. I ain't gonna lie, because you posted, you used your real name in your TikTok account, and then you said come down to Jacksonville, Florida. You might as well just give your address while you're at it too, buddy.
The deaths of both women using graphic racist language. Federal authorities identified Jarrell through the TikTok account's linked email and phone number, both connected to him.
You not only did you use your real name, you used your phone number and you used your email.
The account also had a bio reading #FJB, #Proud Patriot, #Resist, and listed his location as Florida.
You know, some people prove to me that I will never, ever, ever be able to label myself as a A1 hater, bro.
Investigators noted he had posted at least 33 videos, many containing violent rhetoric against political figures, and on February 18th, a Secret Service special agent attempted to speak with Jarrell by phone, asking if he had made the threatening posts. Jarrell immediately became aggressive, responding, "You threatened to come to my house, I will kill you straight up." This confrontation was documented in the...
Well, is he dead, Jarrell? Is he? Boy, I can't stand niggas get a gun and then act like that they're Superman or something. Like, what are we talking about? You think the government is you think you're gonna stop the government from getting you? If they want to get you, they gonna get you, bro. They gonna snatch you right out your house. What you talking about? I'm looking at a picture of you right now, gang. Real talk, bro. Without a gun, you not nothing.
affidavit
What we
and led to
talking
a
about?
swift arrest later that day by the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office. According to the complaint, Jarrell had a history of posting videos referencing weapons and militia imagery. In one clip, he stated, "She will die, and I will be the one to kill her," again referencing Kamala
okay.
Harris. In another, he held up a bullet and said, "This is for you, Kamala." Jarrell was charged with transmitting interstate threats and threatening to assault or murder federal officials.
Imagine dedicating your whole life to hating somebody who doesn't even know you exist. That's insane. That's crazy.
He is currently held on a $100,000 bond, and the case remains under federal investigation.
Oh, and let me guess, the widow hillbilly couldn't afford $100,000 bond. He's probably spent all his money on booze and shotgun shells. What are we talking about? Of course, they can't afford no damn bonds. They probably live out of a carved out tree in the swamplands. Like, what are we talking about?
I really, like this case because it just shows that, one, TikTok really be reporting their stuff, and when it comes to comments, I really do like that they go out of the way to contact legal authorities if they see someone threatening another human being, or maybe even if they're threatening animals.
Well, real talk, it's just a government official. Like, if it had been just another person, they would have got banned, but I don't know if they would have got arrested.
Honestly. But either way, Jarrell now faces significant prison time if convicted.
Big stupid ass. Meanwhile, Kamala's gonna still walk around with her stank booty.
Susan Lynn Nelson, scammed using fundraisers. Susan Lynn Nelson, a 44-year-old from...
Oh, hell no, bro. You know what? I'm gonna stop you right there, Tuv. I'm gonna be honest. Fundraisers, whoever donated money to this girl who looked like she got the flame of oblivion on her forehead, you're stupid. You are ridiculous. This is, I ain't never, what is this? I don't know how long you've been in prison for, but they need to put your hairstylist right next to you in that prison cell. This is crazy. You purposely chose to leave this little patch of bullshit on your head and dyed it blue. What? You look like... This look like Blue from Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. Use the top of your head to wipe his butt cheeks after he took a shit.
Richmond Hill, Georgia, is at the center of a growing financial scandal that began with a TikTok fundraiser and has now escalated to serious embezzlement charges. Her trouble started in 2023 when she became involved with TikTok community's so-called mess, a group that decided to raise money for Micah Francis Miller's family. Micah was the wife of a South Carolina pastor, and she sadly passed away. The fundraiser, which Nelson volunteered to manage, successfully brought in over $15,000. However, the Miller family only received $180.
That's crazy work.
When confronted, Nelson admitted to spending the funds on alcohol and sex workers.
What?
Court records revealed she defrauded the family of nearly $16,000.
Dude, just look at her hair, bro. I'm sorry. That's unironically one of the ugliest things I've seen all year. And I've seen the artist sketch from the Diddy trials. This is crazy work.
This led to public outrage and drew legal scrutiny. As this case unfolded, Nelson was arrested on January 30th of 2025 and booked at the Bryan County Detention Center in Georgia. While she remained in custody without bond, new and more serious allegations came to light. On February 25th of this year, Nelson was hit with additional charges, this time involving the Richmond Hill High School Wild Kicks Booster Club, where she served as president. Prosecutors allege that over
I don't like that. High school club president? I don't like that.
a span of 2 years, Nelson embezzled more than $81,000 from the club.
Oh.
They claim she used booster funds for personal expenses, such as paying wireless bills and subscribing to adult content on OnlyFans. She
Oh, nah. You got locked up because you were too much of a gooner? Yeah, nah.
allegedly funneled money into her own personal and business
That's
accounts
crazy.
and even changed the name on the club's bank account to hide her activity. The charges include felony theft by deception for allegedly taking 51
Imagine this. I completely didn't even register what he had just said. Imagine embezzling $81,000 and spending that money on some damn OnlyFans. Are you ridiculous? Are you crazy? What the hell? Why am I gonna embezzle money and then just give it to somebody for free? Like, what are we talking about? Yo.
account to hide her activity. The charges include felony theft by deception for allegedly taking 51 grand through dishonest means, felony theft by conversion for misusing 9.5 thousand of the club's money, and felony forgery for writing over 10 fictitious checks to cover her tracks.
Shout out to you, Tuv, but can you please get this ugly ass bitch off of my screen? This is... Yo.
Nelson was denied bond again on February 4th, prior to the new embezzlement charges being filed. She remains behind bars as both cases continue to develop, facing serious legal consequences in Georgia and potentially in South Carolina as well. Here's
God, hell no, that's too close to me.
a clip of her admitting these things and being called out on a TikTok live stream.
It's me. Yes, I have an issue and I am seeking treatment.
You have an issue? What is your issue?
I'm actually inpatient. I'm outpatient right now.
I just want to make it clear because people had some. I want to make it clear that every fundraiser, every single thing that was done was Sue's idea, and every single thing that was done as far as fundraising went only to Sue's accounts and no one else's.
That's correct. She's correct. But do not
She said, make sure you don't bring me down with you.
involve anyone with so-called mess at all. As a matter of fact, I lied to them. And I made them feel as though I had everything under control when in reality I did not. And when I say everything, I mean the funds that were donated. I will say that all funds donated that have not been refunded will be, plus a size donation, will be given to the family via EFT, which is their Zephy, electronic funds transfer, by next Friday.
Girl, shut up and explain why did you spend embezzlement money on OnlyFans subscriptions? That's the real question that I need you to answer.
I have let them know. So all money that has come in will be given to them by next Friday.
Preston Picket threatened illegal immigrants.
Oh,
In
brother.
January of this year, 58-year-old Preston Picket from Southport, Indiana, was arrested and charged with felony intimidation after making a series of violent racist threats on TikTok targeting undocumented immigrants. Between January 12th and 14th, Picket posted a barrage of alarming comments and videos, including statements like, "Come January 20th, I will shoot you on sight. I don't check IDs, so you're all illegal to me."
This nigga, boy, please.
And "I will have my kills on first day Trump takes office." These threats appeared alongside images of firearms and captions referencing Inauguration Day, which Pickett associated with Donald Trump's potential return to office.
Oh,
At the
brother.
time, it was a potential return. The FBI's extract team was alerted by TikTok's emergency response unit, working with the Indianapolis Metropolitan Police Department.
Like, why? I'm not trying to help him out, but why post about it? Like, anybody asked. Nobody asked you what you were feeling like, gang. I promise you nobody asked.
Agents used the IP address and account data to
But I'm glad he did it, so he got caught up. And now he's sitting here looking like, Mommy, I was gonna do it. Like,
link the threats to Pickett. Investigators discovered not only threatening posts, but also that Pickett had participated in TikTok live streams where he made similar violent threats in real time. On one stream, he declared, "I'm going to shoot illegals," while in another, he threatened to execute mass violence against immigrants. On January
like, what the hell?
16th, police arrived at Pickett's residence. He emerged yelling at officers, accusing them of, quote, protecting illegals, and asserting that his statements were protected under the First Amendment. He
Boy, you crazy.
also questioned whether the Second Amendment gave him the right to act violently against what he considered foreign and domestic terrorists. Authorities searched his home and seized 2 long guns and an iPhone. Although TikTok had been deleted from the device, forensic analysis revealed recent activity on the app. The investigation also uncovered a troubling history of threats. In November of 2023, Pickett allegedly called in a threat to shoot employees at the Marion County Prosecutor's Office, and in March of 2024, he reportedly threatened to, quote, shoot up a Florida car wash. He was booked into the Marion County Jail.
Like, what the hell? What? And I'm just trying to understand, what is that supposed to do? Like, what does that accomplish for real, for real? Like, what are we talking about? All it's going to do is cause the community that you hate so much to come together in solidarity because of your hate crime. Like, all you was going to do was make them stronger. Like, You ain't think this one through, buddy. You clearly didn't think this one through. You missing a chunk of your head anyway. Like, ain't no way you thinking anything through.
On a $100,000
You ain't even thinking your hairline through. God, what the hell is this? The Grand Canyon? Moses done parted your hairline?
cash bond and appeared in court on January 24th with another hearing set for March. Marion County Prosecutor Ryan Mears emphasized that threats targeting individuals based on immigration status are serious and illegal, stating, "We cannot tolerate this kind of hate." Alright guys, that's gonna be it for this video. If you think I earned your subscription, then click that subscribe button.
Well, oh, what? I thought I was already subscribed. I ain't gonna lie. Shout out to TUV, man. I'm not gonna lie. Some of those people were just pissing me off, because that's just... It's not the fact that they was hating on people. It's the fact that they was just stupidly hating on people. Like, there was no point to it. Whatever, bro. Shout out TUV, like always. Good video, man.